So you guys saw Cars 2?
I saw Cars 2. It was a daddy-daughter date.
Oh, fun!
No, he said, I took on me to see Cars 2, and I went, without me?
It was an opening day. It was like the 12:30 matinee, and we're just driving along. We dropped off one of our daughters to preschool, and she's out of town with the other kids, and like, what do you want to do on a daddy-daughter date? I don't know. How about we go get some ice cream? Like, okay. And then just right then I thought, oh, but there's a matinee. Cars 2 came out today. Oh, I've totally got to go take her to it. So I told her, I said, I've got an idea, but I don't know if it's going to work out. So we drove up, and it started at 12:35, but the 20 minutes of previews. We got there like at 12:45. I said 2 tickets, and it was the 3D. So we saw the 3D version of it.
She said she loved it.
Well, yeah, the whole time sitting there holding my hand with a big grin and 3D glasses on. 7 years old, tough to beat, right? I was really impressed with it. It was...
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was a full theater because it was opening day, and nobody had seen it, and lots of kids because it was the matinee. So there was a lot of laughter and kids kind of laughing at different parts than I would normally laugh at, I guess. But it's a race car movie. So it's a natural fit for 3D, and it was the first animated 3D movie I had seen. So it actually, for me, worked better than, say, like an Avatar 3D. The animated 3D just felt more natural. Maybe it was the race car theme, too. But did you see 2D or 3D?
I saw 3D.
Yes, okay, so we saw the same. What'd you think?
I thought it was pretty good. Like, it's not as good as the first Cars.
As far as story?
As far as story goes.
I agree,
It lacked a little bit in the story, I think.
I don't love the first Cars.
It's known as Pixar's probably one of their lower ones.
One of their weakest.
Ratatouille.
A lot of the critics really ranted on, or I don't know.
I mean, my kids love.
Yeah, I like the first Cars. I like that it's John Lasseter as the director, the Toy Story 1 and 2 director. He's Pixar to me. So
yeah.
When he's directing a movie, it's like, okay, this is going to be a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
So the feeling of Route 66 and all of that from the first car, I like that.
I like that feel.
That did not
besides
carry
retro
over.
Diner and stuff, but
yeah.
So as far as the second one, I felt like there was a little bit too much of a story focus on Tow Mater.
There was a lot of Mater.
A lot of Mater.
Yeah.
And Mater's a great character, and a lot of people love him. But
he's the comic relief.
He's the comic relief.
And there was some funny parts. I mean, there was some really funny parts in it.
Yeah.
And Mater played into some of those, but yeah, I mean, I agree. I think it was a little too much.
Too much Mater. Yeah.
But I love the vistas, the cinematography, because this is the World Prix or whatever they call it, right? We got Tokyo and Paris and London and Rome, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, for animation, it's like, wow, and you felt like you were being taken there in a different way.
Yeah. I love the different locations of how they filmed the whole thing and the style and the music for each of the locations.
Yeah.
For the Tokyo sequence, they had this famous Japanese pop group, girl band.
Oh yeah, and they had the sumo wrestling.
Perfume or something.
That's right.
It was really fun.
Oh,
That's probably one of the main things I loved about that movie is the different locations and their posters. I highly recommend people look at the posters. They have like a triptych poster where they have the different locations on the poster. It's fantastic.
Oh, and all the little stuff in the background. There was so much that you could see without looking at the main
I'm sure
characters.
with 3D that stands out even more.
Yeah, because you can.
Yeah.
It is. You can look further back at the different areas. Oh, and I love the voice choices. That's
the one reason I want to see it.
Michael Caine.
I want to see Michael Caine.
Awesome.
Yeah, he was really
Come
good.
join, Annalise. You saw Cars 2, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what'd you think of Cars 2?
That was awesome.
It was, wasn't it?
What did you like about it?
I liked how Mater fell in love with a girl.
He did.
Fell in love with Holly.
Yeah,
The Holly car.
What was her name? She was the girl from...
I think her name was Holly... I can't think of
I can't remember either.
But she was a purple.
And I like when he's like, wow, so I can change? Or he just says a lot of stuff.
That's right. That was the funniest part of the whole movie.
And he's like, garbage truck, and all the garbage truck is there, and there's like a food truck, and all the food dumps out.
that was pretty funny.
I remember that part. That was
Oh,
really funny.
That was great.
Yeah.
So you liked how funny it
Yeah,
was. Did you like it in 3D with the glasses?
I like when they're all tied up, and the two cars are gonna get crushed, and Mater is just standing there, and then the two bad cars leave, and then he's like, push, and then he falls on to the stairs, and he's like, ah, and then he runs.
What did he fall onto?
These little wheels, and he's like, ah.
For seeing it one time, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And then he leaves because his friends, the other two cars that are tied up, said for him to. So, and then the other two cars, well, the screw's moving because of the clock, and then they're gonna get crushed in those.
Oh, can't say. This is the
Oh, yeah.
climax. It's a
You
secret.
can't tell me the end because I've never seen it.
Shh! Don't tell Mom, okay? It's a secret.
It's so cool.
It is cool.
It's a gotcha.
And just that one part.
I know.
The end is the most...
She hasn't seen it yet. She's gonna see it. Do you think she
What?
should see it in 3D or 2D?
What's 2D?
2D is no glasses. Just a regular movie.
Just a regular movie.
3D?
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Uh-huh.
Did it ever have any parts that made you jump?
Sort of.
Because you thought it was going to run you over or something?
Mm. But one part that I'm like, it was sort of.
Okay, thanks,
Yeah,
Emily.
don't tell me.